Welcome to Watchmaker's Pulse weekly update, -32 and -31. This has been a pretty busy couple of weeks at work, and so I haven't had time to get a real update together, but I just wanted to share a few things with you. You can see in this video in just a minute about some of the projects and things I've been working on. One of the things I wanted to mention this week is, as I was doing my Bible reading sometime during the past week or so, I was reading Psalm 65, and it kind of struck me as really interesting. And so one of the things that struck me is really a kind of a two-part psalm in which David, who's the one that wrote the psalm, goes through and he addresses two different aspects. He begins the psalm by saying, "Praise is due to you, O God, in Zion, and to you shall vows be performed. O you who hear prayer, to you shall all flesh come. When iniquities prevail against me, you atone for our transgressions. Blessed is the one who you choose and bring near to dwell in your courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of your house, the holiness of your temple. By awesome deeds you answer us with righteousness, O God of our salvation, the hope of all the ends of the earth and of the farthest seas, the one who by his strength established the mountains, being girded with might, who stills the roaring of the seas, the roaring of their waves, the tumult of the peoples, so that those who dwell at the ends of the earth are in awe at your signs." Here David was going through and he was just really praising God and celebrating the fact that he is just privileged to be able to worship the God, the creator of the universe, and just to be able to gather together with God's people. And one of the things that we are really looking forward to in this adventure we're getting ready to head out on the road as I retire and so forth is not giving up the gathering together with God's people. We plan, just looking forward to visiting churches all across America and just gathering in worship collectively with the other believers there and being able to worship our God in multiple settings with his people. So one of the blessings we had this week was that our local city had a free day out at the local landfill, also locally known as Mount Trashmore. You can see it in the picture here. We were able to go out and take quite a load of actually a van full of material to dump out there. The material that we took out to the dump was primarily a bunch of doors that I went through our house and pulled off. You can see those here. And I have the new doors sitting in our living room. They still have to be painted, and then I'll be able to hang those. After we went to the dump, we decided to drive up to Loveland, Colorado, and have breakfast at Johnson's Corner, which is a popular local truck stop, pretty well known in Colorado. After breakfast, the reason that we decided to go to Loveland is because Lazydays RV store is located there. Lazydays is a chain that has stores in Florida, Arizona, and Colorado. And I had just seen that Lazydays had a new motorhome there that we are very interested in. It's one that we decided that was a model that had a lot of the features that we were looking for. So we came here, looked at it, and decided That's the one. So we decided to buy this motorhome, a Tiffin Allegro 34 PA. In that same Psalm 65, as David shifts his focus from worshiping God in the temple and worshiping God with the people and just being thankful for the forgiveness that God has given him for his sins, he turns his attention to God's creation. And he says this, he says, "You make the going out of the morning and the evening to shout for joy. You visit the earth and water it. You greatly enrich it. The river of God is full of water. You provide their grain, for so you have prepared it. You water in its furrows abundantly, setting its ridges, softening it with showers, and blessing its growth. You crown the year with your bounty. Your wagon tracks overflow with abundance. The pastures of the wilderness overflow. The hills gird themselves with joy. The meadows clothe themselves with flocks. The valleys deck themselves with grain. They shout and sing together for joy." So again, what David is looking at here is he is just praising God in the fact that God is visible in all of creation that David encounters. And that's the other aspect of this adventure that we are so looking forward to as we go out and we enjoy God's creation and we see the beauty and just the evidences of him in all the minutia of creation that we see. Just being able to share that with the people whose paths we cross, whose paths cross ours, to be able to hopefully draw their attention to the God of all creation and be able to proclaim his glories and his praises based on his creation. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe and follow on Facebook, on YouTube. Check out thewatchmakerspauls.com. And thank you so much for watching and have a blessed week.